If you live with diabetes, your doctor has most likely told you how important it is to keep an eye on your blood sugars. But constantly pricking your finger can be painful, it can be hard to remember, and there are times, such as when you're sleeping, where it's practically impossible to keep an eye on your blood sugars. If you manage your blood sugars using insulin, your doctor might have discussed a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor, as a replacement for finger sticks. But if you're not, if you're only managing with one insulin or diet and exercise for most, a CGM has not been considered an option. Until now. In this video, I'll explain how CGM can replace your finger sticks and how Dexcom Stelo, a new CGM, could be an option for people who do not take insulin, when it's going to come to market, and of course, what they predict it might cost. I'm Christelle from Diabetes Strong, and I've been living with type 1 diabetes since 1997. Since I live with type 1 diabetes, I've been managing my blood sugars using insulin ever since my diagnosis. And I've been fortunate enough to have access to CGM since around 2014. A CGM has generally only been considered relevant for people who live with insulin-dependent diabetes. But this is, and I'm so happy to be saying this is about to change. Because in 2023, Dexcom, one of the largest CGM manufacturers here in the US, filed for FDA approval for the Dexcom Stelo CGM for people who live with type 2 diabetes and who do not take insulin, with the goal of launching it here in the US in the summer of 2024. So, soonish. The new Stelo will have the same size and form as the Dexcom T7 CGM. It's a small device that you put on and take off at home. There's no surgery needed. If it's like the Dexcom T7, you simply press a button on an applicator, and the needle will quickly insert a small sensor underneath your skin. The needle will retract back into the applicator. You'll never see it, and you'll hardly feel it. All that's left under your skin is that small sensor, and then you have the transmitter sitting on top of your skin, kind of like a Band-Aid. That small sensor measures your blood sugars 24/7 in the fluid just underneath your skin, and it sends those readings back to you, thereby replacing finger sticks. Stelo is a 14-day device, so that means every 2 weeks you peel off that sensor that you're wearing and put on a new one. Or you take a break. Or you take a break and go back to finger sticks for a day, for a week, for a month. Whatever works for you. It's different from Dexcom G7 in the sense that it's a 14-day device, not a 10-day device, and it won't have all the alarm features of Dexcom G7. The reason for that is that if you do not manage with insulin, you're not at the same risk of dangerously low blood sugars. As I see it, the real benefit of this product is that you get a 24-hour view of your blood sugars, not just a finger stick here and there. And when you then hold that up against your nutrition habits and your exercise habits, you can get a really solid idea about what's going on, well, behind the curtains. And you can see what works for you specifically, what works for you and your body, and of course, what doesn't work. One of the things that has always rubbed me the wrong way is that when people get a type 2 diagnosis or a pre-diabetes diagnosis, and this might have happened to you. They get this diagnosis, then they're just sent home and told, hey, go change your ways, do better. Okay, that's not guidance, and it's not telling you what to actually do to improve your blood sugars. With Stelo, you can see your blood sugars. You can get immediate feedback on what happens when you do certain things. You can make changes large or small to your nutrition patterns, to your movement habits, to your stress management, and you can immediately see if it has an impact on your blood sugars. Say, for example, you have a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast. You can see right there on your Stelo whether or not it spikes your blood sugars, whether or not your blood sugar stays elevated after the meal. If it does, maybe next day you try a smaller portion of that oatmeal or you skip it altogether. You can make changes and immediately see the impact. It's brilliant. Dexcom has filed Stelo with the FDA as a medical device for people living with type 2 diabetes who do not take insulin. That means this will not be a lifestyle device, not like the ones that you see all the fitness people running around with. This is a medical device in the US that requires a prescription. In an interview, the Dexcom CEO said that they'll start out by selling Stelo as a cash pay product, but that they will eventually seek reimbursement. Unfortunately, this means that at least initially, you probably won't be able to get your insurance to pay for it. No price has actually been discussed, anything like that, but the CEO did mention that Stelo will be priced competitively with other CGMs. My guess is that's around $200 a month. I base that on the cash pay for Dexcom T7, which is around $180 a month, as well as the Abbott Lifestyle CGM that was launched in the UK in July of 2023. That one sells for 150 pounds. That's around $190 a month. I know that's a hefty price tag, but remember, as I said, this might not be a product that you need to wear every month. It might be enough to wear it for a month or two, or just once in a while to get an idea of how different foods and activity level impact your blood sugars. Once I have more information about Stelo and its launch time, I'll post that here on my channel. So remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. That is that little bell that will be informed whenever I post new content and you won't miss a thing. And until then, you can watch a lot more videos about how to manage your blood sugars here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.